Alright, Zeliot, we are officially recording.
Okay.
So, considering this is going on my channel and Zeliot's channel, hi to everybody.
Hello, people.
I know most of the people who are going to be watching this are going to be my subscribers. They're going to be like, what is this? And then they're going to be like, Stargate, what the fuck? Why is a Star Wars person doing Stargate? Well,
Because it's awesome. That's
I
why.
hate to disappoint people, but I'm a fan of multiple universes besides Star Wars. I don't actively live in a room that's coded in nothing but Star Wars memorabilia and paraphernalia. I actually have other things I like and dislike. Like, for instance, I like Stargate, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Things I dislike: the new Star Wars, Stargate Universe,
Stargate Universe sucks.
a lot of Lord of the Rings fan fiction that includes pornography in it. But you know, I
Oh dear.
dislike it like many things. And I've decided that instead of just being the channel that does nothing but Star Wars, I want to go and talk about other things I like Stargate or Lord of the Rings. If you're a Star Wars fan of mine, or you like Zeliot's other videos and you don't like Stargate, well, YouTube has provided the ability for you to not watch the video.
But you
If,
still should anyway.
perhaps, if by chance you do like Stargate and you want to hear fanboys discuss certain topics of Stargate, well, then stick around and listen. And as a cautionary note, this video, and likely future ones on my part at least, will likely be highly opinionated. If you
Well,
disagree with my or Zeliot's opinion, you're free to do so. But, you know, there's a
but I
fine
will hunt
line.
you down.
There's a fine line between differing opinion and nothing but fanboy rage. And I understand fanboy rage, but don't let it become flaming. That's all I'm asking. Just recognize we're opinionated. These are our opinions or observations. We probably will forget some things. We probably won't remember certain things quite right. If we don't, you can remind us. You can call us idiots, but I probably will ignore that comment.
Probably for the best.
Anything else to add before we get started on the topic?
Nope.
Okay, so
Just yeah. Hope everyone enjoys.
will you stop cutting me off? Just about to say something.
I'm not cutting you off.
You
You're just
always
too slow,
do.
that's all.
Fuck you. Anyway, by the way, I curse. Elliot probably curses. If you don't like cursing, sorry.
I'm
Okay.
not.
So about 3 minutes in, or just about 3 minutes in, fuckity, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck. Anyway, about 3 minutes in, now 3 minutes. The topic of this one is Elliot's favorite fucking topic, obviously. Is about the very first villain race, I guess, kind of, because most of them are evil assholes, of the Stargate
Most.
universe. Yes, we'll talk about them briefly. Of the Stargate universe is the Goauld, or some people say Gold, or snake people, I guess. I don't know why someone would call them snake people.
Snakeheads.
Gold or Gould. Some say Gould. I guess it's like a way of saying, hey, they sound like ghoul, you know. But I just call them Gold. It's a little hard to say, I guess. Some people just Gould.
They're aliens. Who cares?
I guess. But yeah, they're the first villains. I mean, even the movie of Stargate, the villain, although there's some contention amongst the fans on whether or not he actually was a Gould these days, um, because his movie form looked like a gray, kind of like Asgard instead of a serpent. But most fans just came up with a theory, and I think even a book said it. Yeah, a book came out and was like, oh no, it was one of the very few Gold who actually managed to get into an Asgard. He took the Asgard to Earth, and then he got to a human
Yeah.
body. It doesn't explain why when he's blowing up he looks like the Asgard again, but just forget that scene happened.
There are other theories too, but
Yeah, the other theory is that he just wasn't a Gold, and for some reason he was ruling them. Who knows why? If that's true, how did he have sons and daughters? I guess they could have been sons and daughters in name only, as is happens, I guess.
it's very confusing.
Raw is kind of an enigma, and luckily, Visitor isn't here because he's a Raw fanboy for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, he really likes Raw. I mean, okay, if you go off of Raw, from what is told about him after the fact of the movie, then yeah, he is pretty badass. But if you just go on what Raw is seen doing, yeah, he kind of sucks.
He only had a pyramid ship. That's it.
True, and it didn't even look like a regular Hatak. But anyway,
That guy couldn't even afford a hat tack. Such a
nope,
shame.
not even a regular one. Well, no, I think. Well, okay, I guess it could have been a hot talk, but why was it missing its the metal piece that actually makes the pyramid fly in space?
Well, it's canon now that it's a Cheops class ship, I believe.
Okay, I didn't even read that one. Okay,
Yeah.
we're getting caught up on Raw's ship here. We probably should do that.
Why not? It's a cool ship.
It's a fucking flying pyramid. It's not that cool.
Well, that's the whole point of them. Space Egyptians,
Okay,
come on.
I'm just gonna say it right here, right now. The biggest thing I hate about the Goauld is their fucking ships. They look stupid.
Okay, well, that's where we'll disagree.
Okay, we can disagree, but I mean, seriously, who wants to see a pyramid flying in space?
I do.
Well, I can't help you there.
Okay, I don't want your help.
Okay, the only ship I think looked all right, just because it was kind of elongated, was Apophysis mothership.
Okay.
It looked all
Yeah,
right.
that was a cool ship.
It looked all right and made the pyramid in the middle work, but even then,
I would have thought that you would have preferred Anubis's.
Anubis's was good because it didn't have a fucking pyramid in the middle, but the problem with both of these motherships is they were probably in like maybe 2 or 3 episodes and then they were gone.
Yeah,
Even
kind of a shame.
even Anubis's replacement mothership was only in like 2 episodes at the season finale of season 5. But okay, that's where it means they disagree. Is that the Gold naval ships look awful, in my opinion.
Yes.
And well, okay, we might actually have more disagreements, but we'll find out soon.
Oh
So
goody.
another just quick preface, who the fuck cares about this rambling. This is not really a rambling, but it's going to be kind of all over the place, but generally centered around the Goauld. So everything else will come later. If you're a Stargate fan, you'll figure it out. If you're not a Stargate fan, be prepared to be confused, because if you haven't watched the show, you're going to be very confused. And
They should check out the show, though.
Yeah,
Just
you
saying.
should. If you're a Star Wars fan, I would suggest watching the show, because it has a very it's like one of those 90s shows that is actually like really kind of enjoyable. And I mean,
Some people do complain that it's too cheap, though. But I disagree.
I can see the cheapness, but if you watch if you watch the show and enjoy it, then when you like watch it for a second or third time, then you're like, you can pick out all the cheesy and cheap parts of it, but you'll just appreciate them anyway. You'll just appreciate them and laugh at them. You won't really go, "Oh, it ruins it for me." And besides, around the end of season 2, they obviously got more money.
Yeah.
Except every planet they go to looks like Vancouver. I mean.
Yeah, kind of confusing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad because that's obviously where they were filming, up in Vancouver, Canada. But I mean, that was like the only thing where I was like, "Oh, great, another planet looks like Vancouver. Oh, look, another planet looks like Vancouver. Oh, look, another planet looks like Vancouver."
Yeah, it did bother me that the Goauld didn't really have any like bigger cities most of the time.
Well, yeah, that's another thing that was cheap, but that kind of sucked. Was the Goauld settlements always seemed like they're going for a faux medieval or even ancient looking dwellings that they ruled over. And the one place we got, which was Sokar's base planet.
Yeah, Delmac.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot the name. They used that shot for like Anubis and Baal later, with fucking Natu, the moon, still in the sky when both had blown the fuck up. Or no, Natu blew up.
Yeah, to be fair though, I still see it as like the same planet.
Well, to be fair, the Darmok didn't blow up. It just had the moon blow up really close to it, and then it had Apophis crash into it with all the replicators on it.
Yeah.
So I guess they could have gone back, but Natu shouldn't be in the sky. Like I said, the people
True.
who haven't watched Stargate are gonna be very confused.
But hey, that was Anubis's Tartarus planet too for a while.
Oh yeah,
The lava
Tartarus.
one.
Yeah, that worked, but then it was like, yeah, we'll show it for like maybe 2 episodes again.
Yeah.
Um, Atlantis did a little bit better in terms of production value, but I think that the fact it only made it to like 5 seasons proves that even by season 5 its money was running low again because we need to end this show a little soon, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but
I
you know,
hate I hate
that was a
SG
bad
One.
decision.
I hate SG One and Atlantis for the only reasons in that whenever they end their shows in places where it's endable, like you could end it there and people will be satisfied, but you leave open certain stories and people's stories that probably could have been finished in the show and were left kind of hanging dry.
Yeah.
Like for instance, in Stargate SG-1, you get the team that lived way back in ancient Egypt because the idiots went back in time and then they told their future self, or they sent their future selves the stupid ZPM or whatever, and that's how they get to Atlantis, whatever. And it's just kind of like, hey, whatever happened to them? They live their lives.
And that's another thing. I hate how they made the Goa'uld seem more stupider later on. Like they basically lost all their competence.
You reminded me just now that we're supposed to be talking about the Goa'uld, and I kind of went on a tangent about other fucking things already.
Yeah, I thought I'd direct you back in that direction.
All right. But yes, as the Goa'uld went along, season 1 through 8 were pretty much about them, with other villains coming in between as shows like that do. But then by season 9, they kind of got a little goofy. And then by season 10, they were kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Me and Zelia agree, unlike most Stargate fans who kind of really love Ball, we kind of hate Ball.
Yeah, I mean, he's better than nothing, but,
Ball was good when they first introduced him because he kind of seemed like kind of just the pompous Goauld who actually could do his job. And like the one episode where
Yeah.
he captured O'Neill and he's literally killing him and then reviving him over and over and over again as torture.
I don't understand why by season 9 Ball had lost, like, everything. Like, I can understand him losing, like, most stuff, but how did he lose, like, all the technology and stuff?
Well, when Anubis just disappeared because he's not really dead, and we'll get to that, I don't understand why Ball couldn't just take over control of what Anubis left behind, because with the defeat of the replicators, Anubis pretty much had all of Gold space under his control, therefore Ball had it all under his control.
Yeah, I mean, Anubis still had plenty of, like, loyal Jafar, too.
Okay, to be fair, the Jaffa were in full rebellion at that point. There were some loyalists, but really, what from what I remember, Ball was telling Anubis he needed the Cull warriors to
Yeah.
kill off basically the Jaffa or Cull, or cull them.
Yeah, but they still had, Ashrax and stuff that they
Yeah,
never
but
used later.
Here's the problem. Ball was in charge of Anubis's empire because Anubis wanted people to think Ball was in charge.
Well,
And
yeah.
I just remembered now the only reason why the Cull warriors were listening to him is because Anubis was actually still alive. Once Anubis just
Sure.
once Anubis just left, then the Cull actually did just go crazy and start dying off.
Yeah, which
So
is a
I
shame,
guess
really.
at that point the Jaffa were probably like, well, okay, then no, we're not going to listen to you at all. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, by the time when he gets to Earth and he's hiding amongst the human population, and he takes over the stupid trust organization and becomes just basically a rich asshole on Earth, that gets really boring.
Yeah. I don't understand why he bothered doing that. I mean, he easily could have gone to any, like, backwater planet.
Well, going to Earth is smart in my opinion. I mean, just living amongst the humans. And okay,
Well, I'm not.
if he wanted to live
Yeah.
on Earth, kind of like Seth had, where Seth became a cult leader and kind of lived in luxury
Oh,
amongst the
yeah.
humans.
That's what I wanted to say earlier. Seth is probably the worst ever. in
Oh,
my opinion.
you don't like Seth?
No,
Or I guess
no.
for people who don't know, Seth also is the name of an Egyptian god named Set or Seti.
Yeah,
Satesh. Not Satesh. Satesh is a different one. But Seti. Um
yeah.
I have mixed feelings on Set only because he was in one fucking episode. Um uh but no, if Ball, what I was saying was if Ball had wanted to kind of live as like either a cult leader or as just a rich billionaire and kind of live the life on Earth and just like say, all right, I'm just done with everything. I'm going to live my life and not care about anything. But I would have been fine with that. But with him constantly doing all this crap just to piss off the SG1 team and then try and take over people in space again and then make clones of himself. Oh my fucking god, that's what really got annoying.
Yeah, that annoyed me too. Like, how many Goa'uld went without jobs because he decided to clone himself?
Okay, that's not really the point. Yes,
Well,
Ball, the leading Goauld cause for unemployment.
yes, it's terrible.
Being a Jaffa or a human under a Goa'uld is not really a long-standing job for anybody.
Well, I mean, it's pretty useless anyway because the Goa'uld all have genetic memory anyway, and they're already trying to kill each other. Imagine what having a bunch of clones will do.
Actually, the word okay. I guess we can just start off from here. All right, what is your worst Goa'uld? I know we all know it's Seth already, but just explain why you don't like him.
Okay, well, basically, he decided to hide on Earth, which at first is fine, but he stayed on Earth for thousands of years, hiding from the System Lords, and not once did he decide to try and take over Earth. Like, it was even said that he killed his slaves after a certain amount of time and just restarted over again.
Yeah, Daniel Jackson says that Seth basically pops up a few times throughout history under different names. Well,
I mean, yeah,
under different names, but somehow the word Seth is involved. And
he easily,
after a while, he kills off his whole cult for some reason, like several times.
which doesn't make any sense. Like, he might as well try and become like a global cult, you know? But no, instead he's like the worst cult leader ever. He's a Goa'uld, and he can't even get being a cult leader done
I
properly.
guess
And that's just embarrassing.
I guess what's supposed to be implied is that they were somehow getting they were like okay, the thing that he injects them with to turn them into slaves. I guess what they were implying is that they were being shocked or
The Nishtar, yeah.
somehow that it wore off, but that doesn't make a lot of sense because I thought that like literally it could only be
I don't think it does
with,
wear off.
the only way they could cure it was by electrocuting themselves, right?
Yeah, which they would not have had thousands of years ago. At least not
Yeah,
readily available.
Unless they had a what is it? The little zapper weapon.
There's
What is it called?
Zap guns.
Yeah,
Zap
Zap guns.
Nicotels.
If one of them had gotten like one of those and was zapping everybody, then maybe. But then how would Seth been able to kill them all? So yeah, it just doesn't make it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I guess he just liked culling his own cults for no reason.
I guess so.
The worst Goa'uld, in my opinion.
Don't go there, Carl.
Probably Athena.
Really?
What does she do?
Why?
What does she do?
Fails.
She becomes Ball's secretary and then captures Mala, right?
Yeah, Vala.
God, I'm having brain farts all over the place. She captures Vala, tortures her a little bit, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we're going off of just who we see in the show, yeah, she does.
Although, to be fair,
she does nothing.
I think she's still alive, though.
Yeah, another unresolved story.
She would be.
But by the time universes come around, years have passed and she's done fuck all, so.
That's true. Which is also sad.
Like
Very sad.
the last ball was, I guess he was the original, um, is removed from his host. So
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
didn't even mention her.
they didn't even mention her, and the only like reference we get to the Goauld afterwards in Atlantis is when they try to blow up Atlantis because they don't want the Wraith coming
Oh,
to Earth, and they send them
yeah.
Mr. Goauld
I want
to
to say
fuck with
something
them.
about that.
All right,
That was
before you do,
okay.
I
Okay.
appreciated the callback in that episode, and I appreciated how they made the scene where the bomb is about to blow up.
Sure.
I appreciated how they made that scene edgy and kind of like a callback to how just batshit crazy the Gold are. But
Sure.
I didn't appreciate how easily it was fixed.
Yeah.
But go on and say what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, I agree with you, but I think that they did it wrong with his gold because his gold was so like stupid. Like he basically just I don't even know what to say.
What
You know, he just
having the strength of many men?
yeah, that was just like so stupid.
You don't believe that he has the
Like
strength of many men?
no, no. By all means, I believe he should, but he gets his ass kicked instantly. he doesn't. He
He
doesn't
didn't
even put up
even
a fight.
he didn't even wear the stupid little hand gauntlet they have either to just kind of fight back.
Well, to be fair, I didn't expect him to have that, but he could have had anything like those rings that they
Well,
have.
no, I
He
mean
could have had that.
they couldn't have had him, and then like all of a sudden he just kind of like picks up the gauntlet out of his pocket or something and just uses it while holding it, and not putting it on his hand. Because you can do that. You can just
Sure,
hold it up. It's like, oh
sure. I'm
wait,
not saying that
this
he couldn't.
big motherfucking alien is about to kick my ass. Maybe I should have something to throw him to the wall.
Yeah, I
No,
mean, why?
he just kind of goes for the oh shit, I'm about to get my ass kicked. Oh wait, I have the strength of many men. I swear.
But it might like seem like this is nitpicking a bit, but I didn't like the way he said as a Goa'uld. You know?
Um,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
as a Gold.
Because
Like
he's
do you mean like how he was basically just kind of like reminding people, oh hey, I'm a Gold. Do you remember what those are?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was kind of like Stargate Atlantis going, hey, do you remember what these are or who they are? I mean, we already reminded you like three
Also,
times in the
like
episode.
the Goa'uld normally like to say that their name, you know, and they like to do the whole "I am your god" thing, but he didn't do that at
True,
all,
but
which bothered me.
this is around the time of the Trust, so I think most Gold kind of became disillusioned with calling themselves gods, and
Sure, I can understand that.
he could have been an underlord to somebody and therefore wasn't given the title. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you're sent to another fucking galaxy by your boss, it's kind of assumed you're probably not going to come back.
Well, you know, I think that Gold would expect to make it back because they
He
believe
would
themselves
expect to
to
make it
be.
back, but I don't think his bosses were expecting him to kind of make it back. And okay, maybe they were like, "All right, if you make it back, then good job." But they're like, "If you don't make it back, not a lot lost."
Yeah, but you know, like he was heading back before he got
I'm moving
caught.
my computer if you hear anything.
All right.
No, but go on.
But yeah, I didn't like the way he handled himself at all.
He was a one episode villain. Who no one cares about those.
I know, but it's the Goa'uld, you know. I expected more. I expected him to at least, like you said, pull out a hand device or something, anything. Like he could have, like, you know, like at least I don't know, pulled out a bomb or something, you know. Like
True.
God,
Well, I mean, he already had a bomb, so.
I know, but
Well, the bomb was the city itself, so
I mean,
that doesn't count.
if he's going to screw himself over and get himself killed, the least he can do is go out fighting or something.
Don't you love it how Atlantis is going to like blow up 4 or 5 times, and they just saved it in the nick of time?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going off topic. All right, so favorite system lore. You go first.
Well,
Or favorite
in the
Goa'uld.
show, I would have to go with Anubis.
Anubis.
Yeah,
Really?
I
Really?
just I,
You're gonna make this boring by naming off my favorite System Lord at the same time?
well, I mean, the only other person I could go
No,
with
no, no,
is
no, no. Just go with Anubis. We'll talk about the other ones in a
well,
minute.
I got to go with Anubis. I'm sorry. It's just
Okay, so
Anubis is so badass.
since we agree on Anubis, here's a quick synopsis for non-Stargate fans if you've made it 25 minutes into this video. Anubis was a crazy-ass underlord who was apparently a very badass system lord that we never saw because it happened thousands of years ago, named Apep, which I found it funny that they used that name since it's basically just a secondary name for
Apophis.
Apophis. But
Yeah.
anyway, he
Oh wow.
served under Apep with Ra, and I think was it Kronos? No, I guess it was Ra and
No.
Apophis. Anyway, he was one of the underlords, and he got all close to Apep, but Apep was so old that he actually started to have that Goauld Alzheimer's happen to him.
No, what happened was Rag got a bunch of the System Lords together. There was like a few of them.
No, I'm talking about Apep.
Yeah, I know, but
What Anubis did to him, he cannibalized him in front of everybody, and
yeah.
that pissed them all off. And what I was saying was that Apep was like getting to the point where he was getting like really old, and they were mentioning how basically what kind of was happening to the
You?
yeah, what they were happening to you was basically happening to Apep, where he was kind of like basically getting Goauld Alzheimer's. He was basically starting to lose his mind.
Yeah,
And
even though
Anubis
they all
decided
already have.
he wanted to seize the throne by basically cannibalizing Apep in front of everybody, which does happen for people who don't know. And I don't mean he was eating his human host because they're serpents and they go inside of humans or whatever will take them. What happens is that you tear out the little Goa'uld symbiote, which is like a little eel thing, and then you start to eat it.
It doesn't actually say if he ate the host or not, though.
Well, I thought it said he cannibalized him, but I'll have to reread afterwards. But anyway, he kills Apep and he's just like, "Oh, now I'm leader," and everyone goes, "No, you're not. Actually, you fucked up bad." And then from there, we're supposed to assume that Anubis just did shit that
no.
even the system lords are like, "Oh God."
Let me just say, you're right. Anubis did eat Apep's symbiote. He did.
Oh, somebody went to the Stargate wiki.
I didn't. I honestly didn't. I just remembered it now. That's all. I'm better than that, Carl.
But basically, the System Lords, when Anubis is reintroduced to the show, well, not reintroduced, but introduced actually, they're like, "Oh, Anubis was kicked out of the System Lords and exiled from System Lord space for doing crimes even terrible for them." And they were like, "Really? What do you have to
Which
do
is bullshit.
as a Goa'uld to get kicked out of the fucking of the Empire?"
Yeah.
But I don't know. But apparently, cannibalization is one of the crimes he committed. Or cannibalization. Is that even a word? No, it's cannibalism, jackass. God damn it. But the thing with Anubis that really makes him my favorite is that Anubis came back not as a symbiote anymore, and that he changed changed the formula for a Goa'uld enemy in the show. And
Yeah.
when he came back as partially ascended, if we have to explain to you listeners what an ascended being is, it's going to take forever. But basically, they're Stargate's version of trying to appease the religious people in that, oh, there's kind of this plane of existence where if you become like one with yourself and very intelligent, you'll kind of ascend into an energy being that's not
It's kind of like what happened to Ben Kenobi and Obi-Wan.
Pretty much.
Yoda.
Except you have godlike powers and are immune to basically everything, basically, unless you're Merlin.
Yeah.
But you don't interfere with anything, and just talking to mortal beings is an offense against them. Oh, and you also have to be good, even though there's bad ones, so the Ascended people you meet are a bunch of self-centered assholes. Yes, they're basically the Jedi. I mean, they basically act like that. Like, they're better than everybody, and yet helping anyone is bullshit.
It is a bit confusing, though, because at first there wasn't any evil ones.
And then they tried to introduce evil ones, and it didn't really work. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But basically, there is one ascended being who is helping mortal beings ascend when they're not supposed to be helping people ascend. Ascension is supposed to come on their own. And what happens, well, what she's doing is basically against the rules, but they kind of let it slide a little bit. But basically, what happens is that Anubis finds out how to trick her into making himself seem good, and she helps him ascend, not knowing that this is a crazy mega Hitler. And then when the rest of the Ascended find out what she done, which I don't know how they didn't know immediately, but once they find out what she did, they de-ascend Anubis partially because I guess they can't put him. No, they didn't
That's
want to.
what one
They
thing I was
didn't.
wondering. Did she know he was a Goauld?
No, they
Did
mentioned
she know that?
they mentioned that he somehow tricked her. That he like found some information on how to trick ascended beings. Essentially,
I wonder how he did that.
I have no idea because it's never brought up again. But basically, what happens is that Anubis is ascended, and then he immediately knows basically everything in the universe because once you ascend, you're given vast knowledge of the universe.
Something like that.
And then to punish this other ascended being, do you know her name?
Uh, Not off the top of my head, no.
God, I'm having such a terrible time with names here, and I love the show. Like,
She's
oh,
the
is it
nature
Oma?
woman. Yeah, Oma,
Oma,
that's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
When they found out what Oma did when she ascended Anubis, they partially de-ascend Anubis, but basically he's still immortal. And the reason they do that is to punish her because they know Anubis will go back to doing what he does and killing millions of people, and that's their way of saying, look what you did. You let this asshole become partially ascended. Now he's going to go murder millions of people.
That's a real douchey thing to do.
It is. And Daniel Jackson even mentions that, but they don't care. They're fucking god beings. They don't have to give a shit.
As far as I'm concerned, they're almost like worse than the Gold.
On a level, yeah, on a level. And Anubis, the only rule Anubis has as a partially ascended being is that he's not allowed to do anything he would have been able to do as a Goa'uld. So if he couldn't, like, fucking enter a star and blow it up from the inside as a Goa'uld, he can't do that now. He can't do anything crazy, and that's why he has to have other people do stuff for him that if he did, then the Ascended would kill him, basically.
He is allowed to go through walls, though. That's gotta be said. He can fly through objects.
That one, I think, is just kind of like who really cares on the Ascendants? He goes through walls, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But the thing about Anubis is that he actually, unlike a lot of the Goa'uld, was very proactive and not just kind of, I'm in charge, I'm not really going to do goddamn anything. And he basically became like the supreme system lord for a month or something before they all turned on him again. And basically made him like emperor of the entire empire. But the thing about Anubis that I really love is that this guy, among all the Goa'uld, seems to actually really think he was a god.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because I like the way he berates Ball, and I think that's even the name of the video on YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
Where he just... Ball is like, well, you could have modified all the Stargates to have them activate at the same time, basically saying, why didn't you do that? Because I guess it was implying that Anubis couldn't have, therefore, if he did, the Senate would come down on him. And he's just like, you have no way of knowing what is necessary and what is not in the grand design. And Ball's like, whose grand design? He's just like, mine! And it's just he's implying that he's literally going to kill all life in the galaxy so that he can remake it, everything in his image, and whatever he wants, basically becoming God. So, I mean, this guy had ambition.
Basically. He went all out.
So, I mean, megalomaniac with, he was a megalomaniac with, mega God complex.
It's gotta be said, though, I think it's a shame that he, screwed over his fellow Goa'uld so much later on.
I don't care.
Like, at first he was... Yeah, but at first he was hiring other Goauld to work for him, but then once he got the Coal Warriors, he was just like, I don't need you anymore.
Well, I understand why he didn't trust any of them because nobody trusts anybody amongst Gold. I didn't care about Ball. What do you have Tannis working for him for a little while? Who the fuck cares about Tannis?
And he's got Osiris too. He hired her.
Osiris. God, Osiris is one of those characters where it's a male in control of a female's body.
Yeah,
And you feel
that was
awkward,
interesting.
and you're just kind of like, why is this happening? Why is this a thing?
No,
And even,
no, Osiris isn't as awkward as Zapakna though.
Zipagna is just rapey. That's his only problem.
He
And
is. He's creepy.
He's played
as
by the
hell.
guy who plays a douche in everything he's in.
Yeah.
But Zipagna like worked for Anubis. We saw him attack the planet that the
He
Tok'ra
worked
were
for
hiding on.
Apophis before too.
True, as his lawyer.
Yeah.
That was a funny episode. I was almost inclined to say that what's his dumbass's face? Chlorel was the worst Goa'uld because he didn't do jack shit either, but he did more than Athena, so but no, Zipagna attacked the Tok'ra planet and then he never showed up again, so that's not really betrayal, that's just lack of anything to do with the character, in my opinion.
Yeah, what happened to him that day? We may never know.
He just succeeded attacking and then went off to go do other things for Anubis, and we can only assume he died in some random battle with another Goa'uld.
I guess.
So in terms of, well, Anubis did kill off a lot of underlords and under Goa'uld. I mean, that he did do that, but
true.
And then he hated you, and you never liked him, so because you was the only system lord alive who could remember what Anubis did back in the old days.
Can I just mention one thing real quick?
What?
When it comes to Goa'uld stupidity, nothing I think beats that one Goa'uld that was killed trying to ally with that other one when Anubis killed them. Do you remember that?
Refresh my memory.
The episode where Anubis was first sending out the Coal Warriors. And he was killing off other Goa'uld.
Those are you're gonna complain about those?
I'm gonna complain about the guy, the Goa'uld. He gets attacked by a Coal Warrior, and the first thing he does is he goes straight back to his home planet. And then he's surprised when another one shows up to kill him.
Well, I mean, what do you want?
No, that's not even the worst. That's not even the worst. SG-1 gets captured by him, and they warn him another one is coming. They warn him, and he's still like, I don't give a shit. And then, like, 5 minutes later, he dies.
Look.
Just, oh my god.
You can't comprehend the mind of a Goa'uld, okay?
They have spaceships, and he sits on the planet.
Look.
This thing wiped out his entire army, and he still thinks he can stand against it. Another one. Like,
he is a living god.
Okay.
The fact that another living god got killed in front of him does not affect him. Okay.
Okay.
And yes, Anubis is also amazing because he made the Coal Warriors and he didn't use them more effectively, which is sad.
Yeah. I like the Avatar episode. The video game one.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was good. I like that one too. I think if the Coal Warriors had been around to fight the Ori, they would have done a much better job, but I'm not even gonna go there.
They actually had, in Avatar, they had a cloaked Coal Warrior, which I thought was a pretty cool idea.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's plausible, because they had that one episode where Tok'ra, Jaffa were both on the beta site, and they had to keep the Stargate on lockdown because there was one of their assassins who could cloak himself.
Yeah, the Ashrax. Yeah. There was two of them.
Yeah, and then they had and then they had to kill him, and the Tokrunja Fall were trying to
What
kill each
about
other.
what about Prometheus Unbound, where Vala steals Cold War armor and, well, spoilers, but yeah, the Cold Warrior just takes out the entire Prometheus. The entire ship is just taken out. That was pretty cool.
But well, Vala does stupid shit. I mean,
I know, but before we find out it's her, it proves that all you need is one Cold Warrior to take out an entire ship. That's all you need.
True. Well, I mean, they have wrist blasters. They're basically super battle droids of Stargate.
True.
And then it's sad that they only get like one callback in Atlantis when one guy's having a bad acid trip.
Yeah. I liked it when they showed up in that, though.
True, but I was kind of thinking, it'd be nice if Cold Warriors fought Wraith, because I think the Wraith would be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But, anyway, we're kind of rambling.
Well, that's what you do, isn't it?
Well, I mean, we covered the main things of worst Goauld and best Goauld, and we somehow made it to 41 minutes already. And we have been keeping on topic with Goauld, so I mean, this is fun. I'm just saying.
Yeah. How about we talk a bit about Sokar?
Do we have to? It's not that I don't like.
Is there
Sokar.
anything to be said?
It's not that I don't like Sokar. It's that God, he was the most underused, underwhelming, most hyped Goauld there was, and we got shit all for it. I mean,
true.
Okay, this all happened in season 3? Yeah, when the main Goauld villain Apophis, is getting his ass kicked and basically calls SG-1 for help, and he gets help. Then Sokar makes this amazing entrance where he sends that weird hologram through the Stargate, and he looks like a fucking demon. And he's like, "You've taken something that's mine, give it back."
That was awesome.
You've taken something that's mine, give it back, or I'll basically blow up your whole Stargate and kill everybody. And they end up actually bending to him, and they know he's going to revive Apophis, who died from his injuries.
Can I just quickly mention one thing again, please?
What? Go ahead.
Sokar's gate-destroying tech was awesome. It's a shame that the Goauld never used that again. Because it's the one thing that actually worked.
The only Goauld who did something similar was Anubis, and his weapon was a little different.
Yeah.
Because his weapon looked like it was based off of
his
technology.
Thing was gigantic.
Yeah, who the fuck knows what Sokar was using to blow
Sokar's, I'm presuming, was quite small.
Well, no, actually, I think it was explained that he was sending some sort of heat weapon into the Stargate because it was.
Sokar had plenty of technology.
He had plenty of technology that was centered around fire. Yes, because for people who don't know, Sokar liked to think of himself as the Goauld version of the devil, and he was the Goauld version of the devil.
Yeah.
First of all, for some reason, his host looked like fucking Emperor Palpatine, except with no hair and younger. The Goauld can do this stupid thing where their eyes light up as a human or whatever they're in, which I never understood how that works, but accept it, whatever, it's science fiction. His, for some reason,
it's cool.
All theirs would light up either white or yellow. His lit up red and had this stupid, sizzling sound whenever they did it.
Why not?
He wore this weird fucking red cloak with the weirdest hood I have ever seen in my life, where it's just kind of like a circle that you kind of place around your face. And he liked to rub his hand over fire, and he liked to torture people, and he had a whole moon devoted to torturing people.
I remember, the original fan theories where people thought Anubis was Sokar, come back from the dead.
Well,
that was pretty cool.
The same guy played him, except the Anubis character didn't have a face, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
True. Some people, that would have been an interesting twist, but I still think it wouldn't have mattered.
No.
because then he really would be like my favorite. I mean, because Sokar had
Yeah.
basically the same story of Anubis. Sokar was like the Grievous to Darth Vader.
Yeah, they even said that Sokar was like a Supreme System Lord at one point too.
Yeah, like I said, he's like the beta to Anubis, like Grievous is the beta to Darth Vader. He comes
Yeah.
in, he was banished from the System Lords like Anubis. He came back really powerful like Anubis. He started taking over System Lords people underlings like Anubis does. Um, he was banished like Anubis was for crimes against the System Lords. The only difference is that for some reason the writers of the show decided to kill him off after we've only seen his face for 2 episodes.
I don't know. Maybe they thought he was too violent.
I think that I think the writers of Apophis got butthurt that he was taken out of the show as a main villain, decided to bring him back as the main villain.
Probably.
Look, I like Apophis people, but God, people who really like Apophis as like the one and only true villain of Stargate, they kind of annoy me because Apophis was cool and all, but really he failed at a lot of things.
Yeah.
The only thing
His gold armor was cool though.
his gold armor was cool, but the only thing he really did to make himself powerful was he took over everything Ra had when Ra died because he was his brother. And then after that, it was nothing but a series of failures and being kicked on multiple sides until SG-1 killed off so many of his rivals that he just attained power.
True.
They killed off
Yeah.
Cronus. They killed off Sokar. There was nobody left but Apophis and all the other little system lords until Anubis came after the other system lords ate up his empire.
Yeah. I mean, Hera was pretty cool.
Haru was cool, but again, he showed up in like 2 or 3 episodes.
True.
There's another problem with SG-1 is that there were a lot of cool villains, but they only showed up like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and they were like, oh, what an anticlimax.
We gotta kill him off now.
Haru being Ra's son and all was cool, but
They could have done more with it though.
true. And then the only like really great cool thing that we got from Haru was that he tried to take over a planet protected by the Asgard, and then Thor shows up and literally starts to zap everybody.
Yeah, that was cool.
And he just starts walking away. He looks at the ship and is like, yep, that's happening.
God damn.
Man, who the fuck called these people? Man, god damn it. So
he should have known better.
But then you get like, okay, who's the one system lord? Okay, so like you get introduced to all these system lords in season 5 when they're like, oh, here comes Anubis. You get Kali, does nothing with her. You get Amaterasu in one of the other earlier episodes, nothing done with her.
They said Bastet and Kali were allied together.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but
kind of a lesbian relationship there.
Oh my god, that's what I wasn't trying to say anything.
I know. I had to go there.
And Kali were the ones who decapitated Sobek. Told you.
Yeah, I know.
But what I'm saying is that we get introduced to even more minor Goauld who don't even get like one episode really, and they look cool, but then nothing gets done with them. Oh, you gotta love the one Goauld though, Savrog. The one with like the blue tattoos on his face. The one episode he shows up in where
he was pretty pathetic.
The one episode he doesn't even show up in where you hear his voice where he invades that one planet and he goes, I am Zavrog. That was awful.
Yeah.
And then go away, die. Who cares? I'm going to invade this one planet, not even show up my face. Oh, I'm dead. God damn it.
That reminds me of Ares's attack. where they blow
Ares?
him up with the puddle jumper.
Ares.
Yeah, well, they didn't really talk about him much.
Ares. Let me go find Ares. Oh, wait a minute. Is this what I think it? Are you sure you're talking about Ares?
Yeah, I'm talking about Ares.
They have some weird.
You don't get to see
description.
him though.
Yeah.
He
Oh, that's right. You don't.
he-
Fucking goddamn it, Dennis.
I'm sorry. you don't get to see him, but he gets blown up by the time jumper.
Yeah, it's death to villains like that just make you really shake your head.
Yeah, they don't even get a second screen time.
Who's the one lady? God damn it, I'm trying to remember her name because she deserves a mention.
Nerty?
Nearty? Not really. Nearty just is weird.
She is.
Okay. I would accept Nearty as kind of like the weird science obsessed Goauld system lord.
Yeah.
But when the other Goauld imprison her and treat her like a criminal for doing what all of them do, kill each other.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, really? You're going to choose now to become self-righteous.
I don't understand why they didn't just kill her at that point, but whatever.
Because Goauld apparently liked to torture. I mean, that's obviously, but you know.
I guess, but she didn't really seem tortured, at least not compared to Apophis.
Yeah, no, Apophis basically had one side of his face become melted cheese.
Yeah.
That's an image for you. One half of one man's face is cheese.
Oh dear.
But no, yeah, she just shows up and she gives these hunchbacks superpowers, and
then she gets killed by her own experiments.
Yeah, she gives okay. For you people who don't know Stargate and somehow managed to make it 52 minutes in, this lady gives these idiots who are ugly as fuck because she deformed them the ability to read minds and use psychokinesis and all this weird shit. And her rule is never read my mind. And then guess what? Once they do, they go, "Oh, you really don't like us." Well, no shit. You can't tell me that there wasn't one person in that group of people who were like, "Don't read my mind." Well, what are you going to do to stop me? Obviously, you can't tell when I'm reading your mind.
Yeah. I didn't like that episode very much.
That was a dumb episode, yes. And then she's dead. Don't kill her. She's dead. No, I wanted to bring up Hathor.
Oh, okay.
The creepy sex goal.
Yeah, she's clearly like got something wrong with her that the other girl don't have.
Obviously.
Like she keeps saying "we" and stuff. It's really creepy.
Well, they made her say "we" a lot because they were doing
I know, but
emperors and kings in the old days had the royal us or something where basically they had to call themselves by a multiple type, like multiple people.
No other girl did that though.
Well, to be fair, she was asleep for a long time.
Yeah, I guess.
And I guess they were trying to infer Goauld from the really old days talked in a different manner.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. I mean, I could just be trying to pull at strings here.
She sucked a lot compared to Osiris, though. Like in terms of empire building.
Well, I don't consider Osiris
a
female.
Zapakna said Osiris had gained a lot of power, but Hathor, she didn't really do much at all. Well, she didn't even have her own armor.
I don't even consider Osiris though a female Goauld. If we're going by female Goauld standards here, Osiris is a man inside of a female's body.
True, but you can't.
If anything, Isis, him and Isis, his queen, apparently like one of the few system lords who actually loved one another, which is awkward. Because then Isis is dead, and then they start.
Well, Apophis loved Armanet.
Did he really though?
As far as I know.
I mean, do you really love someone so much that when they're killed, you basically just go to a harem and have your bitches hang around your throne all day? And it's just like, living the life. I mean, come on.
Well, you know, he was very broken up about it.
Yeah. He was so broken up. You know.
He was thinking of her on his deathbed. I mean, come on.
The only reason he gave a shit about Amunet after that point, after she was dead, was to tell Daniel Jackson, "Hey, my queen was in your wife's body, and we did the dirty deed, and now she's dead. How do you like that?"
I don't know. I don't.
And then Heru wanted to kill our child.
Yeah.
Fucking Heru, can you do anything right? God.
That's a good point, though. When Apophis leaves, I think it was, or her left. I can't remember who left first, but you would have thought that they would run into each other in space.
Well,
I'm just saying they both had chips in the system.
Yeah, Heru. I wish they just called him Horus. God damn it.
Yeah.
Heru had the fucking thing thrown through his hand, and he's just like, "Oh shit, that hurt."
Yeah.
But you're right. They should have. Well, no, wait a minute. No, he came in through the stupid teleportation rings. Apophis came in through the Stargate, so no, they won't have seen each other.
Okay, good point.
Apophis came in wearing this.
Well, no, shouldn't Apophis?
Go ahead.
Who owned Abydos at that point? Was it her or Apophis?
No, it was Apophis.
Yeah. Fair enough.
No one really kind of owned Abydos, but once Apophis came back through and took a bunch of people, including Jack Daniel's wife, I mean, it was kind of like assumed that Apophis pretty much owned the planet.
So,
I mean, his brother did own it before him, and for some reason made that his base world. So
yeah,
who the fuck?
Pretty shitty world for our base.
Planet?
I don't know. Ra liked it. Maybe it reminded him of Egypt. I guess.
Well, to be fair, not to be mean to the people who live there, because I'm sure they're fine. One of my favorite scenes was when Daniel Jackson, as an ascended being, comes before Anubis and is about to kill him, but then Anubis is like, "Go ahead." Although he didn't have to say it the way he said it, where he said, "Strike me down." It just felt like Darth Vader. It just felt like Darth Vader at that moment.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Go ahead, strike me down, kill me." Jackson's about to do it.
I love when Daniel Jackson's moving towards Anubis. The Jafar shoots at him just to test.
Yeah, and it goes right through him, and he's just kind of like,
Yeah. Oh shit.
And then Jackson gets stopped by the Ascended / Oma, and his stupid little human follower who you said shot at Daniel Jackson was like, "You indeed are all powerful, my lord." And Anubis is like, "Oh, that wasn't me, but this is."
Why did he admit that?
Planet. Well, not the
Why
planet,
did he
but
admit it wasn't him? I don't get that.
Anubis for some reason was a lot more truthful with everybody, because I think he knew that he was untouchable, so he was like, "What's the point of lying, really?"
I guess.
Except for keeping up the idea that he was a god, but at Anubis's stage, I mean, if you look at it face value, he pretty much was a god.
Yeah. It's interesting that he got his super ship back like straight away as soon as he lost the last one.
He probably had one on standby, I don't know. I like how the what were they, the Eyes of Ra or whatever?
The Eye of the Goauld, yeah.
Yeah, the Eye of the Goauld. I like how they were so important, and then they got blown up with his ship, and then it was just like, oh, that was a thing.
Yeah, now, like, his entire ship is pretty much useless. Like, it can transform and everything, but it can't shoot anymore.
Yeah, we had that super weapon idea for about 3 minutes, and then the writer said, "Oh my god, what are we going to do with this?"
I noticed that the super weapon looked a lot like a ZPM.
Yeah,
if you think about it.
Except it could just shoot out super bursts that would kill a Hatak in one shot.
It really is a shame that his ship can transform, but it can't shoot anymore because of the whole losing the technology sources.
It has regular cannons, but not super weapon anymore.
He tried to use the Quadria but that didn't work.
But no, don't you remember? Well, yeah, but don't you remember uh he had the regular cannons because he fired down on the ship coming towards him at the end of the season.
Yeah, not that that did very good.
Was that
They couldn't even
Prometheus
destroy.
or was
Yeah, that was Prometheus.
Okay, I thought it was the other one. Never
They
mind.
they couldn't even destroy the Prometheus with all the firepower they had.
Well, its shields
What's
were
up with that?
failing. To be fair, the shields were failing when they were going on a suicide run until the drones killed everybody.
Plot shielding was used at that point.
Well, they're fucking,
That ship should have gone up
they're
in flames
ancient drones.
instantly.
3 drones
No,
took out an entire replicator ship. What do you want?
I'm just saying that the Prometheus should have died from being hit by an entire Goauld fleet. That's all I'm saying.
General Hammond, and everyone loves General Hammond.
I know, it makes no sense.
True.
It doesn't make any sense.
Anubis' attack on Earth feels like a big anticlimax because no one of importance died.
I mean, they didn't even notice he was invading the Earth.
True, and to be fair, like you have a point. If someone important had actually lost their lives trying to fight Anubis off from or attacking Earth, that would have been a lot more memorable. But as it is, we just kind of got a cool battle, but that not really much.
By all means, the battle was cool. I can't believe that Anubis didn't bother like sending a few troop transports around the world or something.
Yeah, true, but he was worried that they had found out where the drone weapon was anyways, so he was waiting to see if they actually had it or not.
Well, he wouldn't have to worry about them if he blasted the planet ahead of time.
They already had it.
Well,
they were, and then he was also looking for it too, and that's how the whole search for Atlantis got started. Because for some reason Anubis learned about Atlantis, and he was kind of like, "Oh, maybe I'll find where Atlantis is." Nope.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
There is proof actually that Anubis knew about the Wraith as well.
How's that?
Because